as most of us who are in the know, last week he was kidnapped from the KP Correctional Center to police station in Lagos. Because I say it's a kidnap, you know, I've never had the time to do more videos, but I'll go by what happened on that Wednesday, which, if I'm not mistaken, was on the 15th. So what happened was a magistrate, Emaweleyana, signed a production warrant. The legal team, which is the police prosecutor, they went all the way to the prison to present a document claiming that the IG of police and Ijele has a case in Lagos, which every one of us know to be false. So that is what they presented to the prison officials. You know, but notwithstanding, Magistrate Dishonorable Yana Emmanuel has signed the production warrant. So fast forward, he was taken to Lagos on a Thursday morning. They went by air, only to arrive Lagos, and we discovered that the charge sheet still remains the nominal complainant. When we are looking for, okay, what is the case between Chukwu Kofebu and the Inspector General of Police? Now, I hope the police hierarchy, they are seeing this document, because what the officers do, they present false and forged documents. They went as far as lying to the KP Correctional Center, claiming that the case in Lagos is between the Inspector General of Police and Chukwuka Ofebu, which we only realized on Thursday morning when the charge sheet were given was to be nothing but complete lies. And this is what they've been doing, presenting all manner of false document, lying on every instance. The charge sheet still remains Chukwu Ebuka Anose Obi, which is Ebuka Obi, as you all may know him. Now, before he could arrive, the court was adjourned to today. So the interesting thing today is he was in court with his legal counsel, represented by Femi Falana. The interesting thing for me is this: 20 lawyers plus against one man, Chukwu Kofebu. Ijele, my brother, my friend, you're a special breed. Your truth will resonate till the end of time. Now, people need to understand what is going on. This group of lawyers and their nominal complainants, they are the same group of persons that have destabilized the Southeast. This is a group of Southeasterners who distaste the truth in all shape or form. These are the same IPOB group of persons, you know, and any reasonable, you know, let's ask this question. Is this case truly about cyberbullying, cyber stalking, criminal intimidation, threat to life, or is there something to this case? I was asking myself, was this an election tribunal? Even the CBN governor, Emefene, that is facing charges against the federal government, against the state, has never had the federal government coming with 20 lawyers to prosecute Emefene. I hope everyone can see the handwriting on the wall. All these lawyers coming on behalf of the nominal complainants, they are nothing but Southeasterners. These are pro-IPOB sympathizers. These are people who have been given this proscribed group called IPOB open and tacit support. Again, I'll go back again to ask, the case between EFCC, which is prosecuting Emefene on behalf of the federal government, has the federal government come with 20 lawyers to prosecute Emefene in any instance? And this is a case, a civil case for that matter. Ijele is not facing a treasonable felony. Ijele is not facing a murder trial. Ijele is not facing a case of armed robbery or murder. This is a civil case. And what we witnessed today 20 lawyers plus against one man, my brother Chukwuka Ofebu. And people think this is a case about cyberbullying. No, these two shall pass. You know, this shows what I have been saying since the 21st of March 2024. Ebuka Obi is just a front. IPOB, they are behind it. And those disgruntled Igbo elements, I'm an Igbo person. So when I say this, I say it categorically without missing words. These are people that hate the truth. These are people that are against the truth that Chukwuka has been speaking. Chukwuka has put his safety, his life, his everything on the line to speak up and to speak against the insecurity perpetuated by nothing but IPOB in the Southeast. In every instance, he has defended the state. He has been on the side of the state. He's a true Nigerian. He's a patriotic Nigerian. All he has said, this criminality and shenanigans has to stop. What are his crimes against these people? Exposing the lies of IPOB. Coming to tell Ndi Igbo, these guys will destroy our region. Did that not happen? He has been speaking this truth since 2017, since 2019, since 2020. What is that truth that Chukwuka spoke up against IPOB that is not happening? Has Ebuka Obi, who is from Imo State, has he for once condemned the atrocities of IPOB going on in the Southeast? The answer is no. What I have seen, what we have seen, is Ebuka Obi from his pulpit praising Nnamdi Kanu, telling his gullible members that he saw him in a trance, and the police will not go and investigate. The videos are there. If any person should be prosecuted, it should be Ebuka Obi, not Chukwuka Ofebu. All he said was truth. Now, on the area of fake miracle, who can dispute it? Is vitiligo a spiritual problem? Vitiligo is not a spiritual problem. What about Jonathan the padlock miracle? When will the Nigerian police invest their resources to investigate the issue of the padlock miracle? Jonathan, the main character, has said it's fake. He went to choosing. He admitted it's fake. Even when J-Pipe, the government-approved slave, and Governor Okwashi interviewed Jonathan, Jonathan said somebody from Zion brought him. What did Governor Zoku say in Igbo language? Every one of Ebuka's so-called miracles, are they not fake miracles? Call a spade a spade. The times have changed. We cannot continue this way as a people. What Chukwuka is fighting for is a better Nigeria, a better society. Those prosecuting him, those 20 lawyers, let them go back and ask themselves a question. If they have this time to prosecute one person, in Southeast we have better issues to deal with. In the Southeast, I have seen videos of minors, domestic staff, as they call them, housemaid, who have been molested, abused, brutalized by their madams. How many of these lawyers have gone to represent this innocent minor that has been these victims on pro bono? In Anambra, in Abia State, in Owerri, there are cases of young girls that have been, abused. Most of them are victims of rape. The evidences are there, the videos are there. The most recent one was even carried out by a so-called lawyer from Anambra State. I think Adachukwu or Gochukwu, I can't remember her name precisely. These lawyers, they should go and fight for that innocent girl, for her human rights. In the Southeast, we have young girls that are badly abused. We have cases that these lawyers should go and invest their time to fight for. Not coming to try to intimidate Chukwuka. He's fearless. He has shown it, and he always remains resolute. He's fighting for the truth. As people of the Southeast, as someone from the Southeast, I call on these so-called 20 lawyers. They should go and put their time to other use. There are so many things they can fight for. They can fight for a better society. They can join their voices to fight for a better Nigeria. What is that Chukwuka is fighting for? When it comes to the Southeast, he spoke up about the poor state of infrastructure, and where governors have done excellently well, he gave them their kudos, he gave them their flowers. Example, the former governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer Dave Umahi, he has spoken highly of his infrastructural development. The videos are there. The evidence are there before us. Chukwuka has spoken highly where politicians performed, and he has equally criticized them where they fall short. What are the crimes of Chukwuka Ofebu? What are the crimes of Ijele? For speaking for the truth, for saying that which everybody knows, that these guys are going to destroy our region. When they came with their shenanigans, their criminality, their sit at home, he said it. Not just him, he and many others. Andy Emeka, thank you for the 50 stars. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the 50 stars. When they came with their criminal sit at home, Chukwuka Ofebu and many others like Ezawo, Nnayoke Chukwu, Emma Mezwe, Blessedom, myself, we all said it, that these guys are going to render the Southeast economically impotent. Did that not happen? Was it Chukwuka that promised them a Biafra? The answer is no. What are the crimes of Chukwuka against IPOB? For exposing their lies. Saying that these guys are promising you an Eldorado, a Neverland country. For speaking the simple truth that Nnamdi Kanu registered IPOB as a, as a private limited company, as a business in the company house in UK, and he brought out the evidence to show. He brought out the document to say, listen, this is what this guy registered. This is not a political party. They are not discussing referendum or giving you a country where they need to discuss it. It is not before the National Assembly. It is not before the State of Assemblies, which the 5 states in the Southeast. It's not before the House of Rep. It's not been discussed anywhere. That this is nothing but catalog of lies. For coming to tell Ndi Igbo that these guys will destroy our region. And the same manner we've seen Igbos in diaspora who will go and contribute their hard-earned money to destroy our region. The same manner we've seen them gathering 20 lawyers against Chukwuka Ofebu. What are his crimes? What are his crimes? These are the questions Nigerians should ask. These are the questions that should be asked in the public space. What are the crimes of Chukwuka Ofebu for speaking up on Ndi Igbo? Myself as an Igbo person, I have the right to challenge every narrative that affects my region. I'm a Nigerian, same way I have the right to speak up against anything that is untoward in the society. Now, what are the prosecutors saying? What, the police prosecutors, what they mean is that any god of man has that right to pollute the social media space with questionable miracles, with fake miracles, and no Nigeria has the right to call them out that this is fake. Nigeria is the only country where you see a pastor that claims to be a medical doctor would head a crusade and claim that he made a cripple to walk. Now, ask them to present that evidence. Who are the cripple that they heal to walk? They cannot present one. And if somebody call them out, they will run to the police. The police will not do their due diligence. The police will not protect the vulnerable, the gullible, whom that person that is speaking up is fighting for. Rather, the police will work with this God of men to oppress, to intimidate, to humiliate, to harass the voice. Everyone is living on a borrowed time. If we collectively fail to fix Nigeria, then we inherit the Nigeria we see. We cannot hand over a broken Nigeria to the next generation. To the police officers that are partaking in these shenanigans, remember, most of you are parents. Most of you have families. Remember, all of us are living on borrowed time. No one will remain on this earth forever. One day, we will all depart this earth. The children you leave behind, the Nigeria you help to bastardize, the institution you help to weaken, will come to haunt your child one day. Will come to haunt your family member one day. Building Nigeria is a collective effort. Building Nigeria is a collective effort. We all must add our quota. Chukwuka is adding his quota. Showore is adding his quotas. In time past, the likes of late Gani Fayemi has added his quota. And it's a collective effort to add our quotas. Building Nigeria is not the exclusive right of a single set of Nigerians. It can only be for the politicians alone. With our voice, we challenge the politicians to do the needful. Today, those 20 lawyers that has gone to court to defend their God of man, I thought your God of man have the right of Ochrafancho Mechrafancha. Your God of man has the right to command Holy Spirit, to command the dead from the living. Why go to defend a God of man who has the right, who has that direct access to the Holy Spirit? What has happened to your God of man commanding the same powers to send blindness to myself and my brother Chukwuka? To these lawyers, can they go back to their closet and tell themselves the truth that all these videos, various God of men are polluting the social media space? It is what they want the best. To them, they have families as well. Today's is Chukwuka. Yesterday, it was Abba Jalingo. Tomorrow, it will be somebody else. But collectively, we must rise to build a better society. And again, I challenge these lawyers. You people are from the southeast. Go back to the southeast and begin to fight for women that have been disinherited by their relatives when their husbands demise. There's a lot to fight. They should go back and join their voice to fight for a better southeast. Call out these politicians that are not developing our region. They should go and call out these politicians that are not developing our regions. They should go and challenge the various state of assemblies that are not passing laws that are pro-Southeast. Nothing stops the Southeast from becoming the next Dubai of Nigeria. It is workable. It is doable. Under the Nigerian system, we have state of assemblies. These lawyers should begin to use their legal knowledge to put it to good use to the common and general benefit of the people of the Southeast. Call out these House of Assemblies. How many laws since 1999 can any Southeasterner beat their heart to say that the Southeast, a particular House of Assembly in the Southeast, has passed a law that ensures that every child in the Southeast have access to good and quality education? Can these lawyers begin to champion that every girl child should have access to good and quality education? Can these lawyers, this 20 group, this group of lawyers, 20 in their number, they should go back and champion a better cause for the Southeast? They should go back and develop a legal framework, begin to challenge the governors, begin to challenge every senator from the Southeast to speak for the interest of the Southeast from the National Assembly. For those in the red chambers to fight for a better Southeast. For those in the green chambers to fight for a better Southeast. For those in the various hollow chambers of the State of Assemblies to fight for a prosperous Southeast. What I see today is persecution of Ijele. But these too shall pass. This is for other ethnic groups in Nigeria to begin to see the Southeast for what it is. The biasness, a group where majority of them hate the truth. Look at this one, I'll block you. I'm not here to entertain any clown. At the end of the day, these lawyers, they should go back to their states, go back to their communities, go back to the Southeast in general, begin to challenge the 5 houses of assemblies of the Southeast to begin to make laws that are pro-Southeast. They should go back and challenge the governors to begin to put policies, executive policies in place that guarantees that healthcare should be a given in the Southeast. They should go back and look at all the videos of Chukwuka Ofebu and his messages, his principles, his philosophies, his ideology, his stance, his words. Let us have a prosperous Southeast. Let us have a Southeast that will be free of insecurity. Let us have a Southeast that will experience development in its time. Apart from the former governor of Ebonyi State, since 1999, has any state in the Southeast experienced such an astronomical development in infrastructure? The answer is no. I am from Abia State. Today, the current governor has gone to do a forensic audit against the last administration of Okezi Bazo. 10 billion naira signed for an airport, no single thing was built. And that money has gone into, thin air. That is just one of it. Go and look at the report. Billions signed away. What has Chukwuka Ofebu committed? His crime is to tell the people of the Southeast, listen, stop listening to these lies that Fulanis, the Hausas are not your problem. That our problems are in-house. Our governors, our politicians. What has he said that is not the truth? That IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu is nothing but a small screen causing distraction in the Southeast. And that is the all truth. And to the police, each time the Nigerian uniform personnel, be it the police, be it the military, be it the DSS, loses any of their personnel to these insurgents, to this proscribed group, my brother Chukwuka Ofebu has been on the forefront, on the social media space, on Twitter, to speak against it, to speak for you. In most cases, he has even gone as far as sharing intelligence which the local communities gave to him. How can the police watch few corrupt police officers begin to build a breach of trust between the Nigerian populace and the police? The same police officers that are busy, trying to obstruct the will of justice, they should know that Chukwuka is a pro-Nigerian. Chukwuka remains a patriotic and compatriot Nigerian. He has always put Nigeria first. He made his political choice and decision to campaign for the APC, to vote for the APC. The same way I myself made my choice to campaign for ANPP and speak for ANPP. The same way most of you made your choices for Labour and PDP. That is our informed political choice. Today, Chukwuka is being prosecuted. He's been persecuted for making that informed choice to stand for the APC. Is that a crime? For those of you from the Southeast who accused him of being a Fulani slave, Imo State in particular, how many of your politicians have defected of recent from PDP to APC? Where is Emeka Ihedioha today? Has he not defected to APC? How many politicians from Imo State? Is PDP in Imo State today not just about Sandadi and just a few members? The rest of them, have they not decamped to APC? Chukwuka has said it in the open, that politics is a game of interest. Protect your interest. Ndi Igbo, let us spread our tentacles. Let us be in all parties. Above all, he has said, let us put the interest of the Southeast first. What are his crimes? For making a political decision, for coming up during the political campaign to speak for the APC, to campaign for the APC, and he's been prosecuted. These people that are prosecuting him, calling him the enemies of the South, an enemy of his people. What will you say about your politicians who have been in PDP for 23 years, brought zero development, nothing but embezzlement, corruption, stealing of our common patrimony, that today they've all defected to APC? Then who will you call your enemies? We must not hate the truth. Chukwuka has always spoken that undiluted truth. He has stood on the path of truth. And on that truth, he has remained steadfast. He has remained resolute. If any person can come up for debate on this space to say one thing that he has said that is against the interests of the Southeast, then let's debate it. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Thank you, Andy, for the 50 stars again. Absolutely nothing. On the stands when it comes to the Southeast, Chukwuka has remained practically impeccable. Now, how many of the senators even came to tell the members of their constituents that, listen, there's what is called Anchor for Farmers Growers Program. He has brought every information at his disposal to the public to discuss interest. What are his crimes? Speaking about the Nigerian Civil War, calling out the mistakes, the errors, and the shenanigans and the lies of Ojukwu. The videos are there. The truth are there. Why do we hate? Why do majority of you hate the truth so much? Can you not ask yourself a question? The same thing, thank you, Emeka, thank you, my brother Chimeze, for the 100 stars. The same lies has lingered for over 57 years. Other regions have moved forward. Cross River have moved forward. River State have moved forward. Why must we be stuck in this hatred? Why must we endanger the safety, the sound mind of the next generation? That somebody will come from nowhere and tell them that their problem is a Fulani man, their problem is an Hausa man. The answer is no. Your problem are your local politicians. Yes, as a country, we have a wider problem, which is inherent. I'm not taking that away from anybody. But when it comes to local politics, the reason why we experience such problems are our own people. There's nothing stopping Abia State House Assembly, for an example, to pass laws that makes education a given in Abia State. There's nothing stopping the governor to ensure that every primary school in the states are of good quality. There's nothing stopping any governor from, ensuring that their people have pipe-borne waters. These are what our governors need to provide for us. The last president, President Buhari, has signed Executive Order 14 and Order 16 into law, which means today it is at your governor's table to generate electricity, to build railways. We are seeing Lagos State developing at their own pace. That Lagos State today can boast of 3 metro lines: the red line, the blue line, and the yellow line. And this was not built by the federal government. This was built by the Lagos State government. Today, what is stopping the Southeast? We are not that large in landmass. What is stopping the Southeast governors from coming together to have a blueprint that they can call the Southeast Development Plan? If they cannot connect the entire Southeast, at least they should make it a point of duty that in the next 5 years, all the capitals of the Southeast should be connected by rail. It is doable. Yes, the federal government, they are doing their own bit of the project, but the governors of the Southeast can take advantage of Executive Order 14 to even, thank you, my brother, for the 20 star, to even generate electricity. Today, there are major forms of generating electricity, apart from, we can talk about turbine, gas, wind, wind energy. We can generate electricity through, various means. What is stopping our governors? For those of you who may not know Chukwu Febu, take your time to listen to most of his videos. Thank you, my brother, for the 200 stars. Thank you, Obioma Peters. Thank you for the 200 stars. Thank you for the 20 stars. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I can't appreciate you guys less enough. We need to go back and watch most of his videos on his advocacy for a better Southeast and a better Nigeria. That is the simple truth. And for these lawyers, these 20 lawyers, I charge them to go to the Southeast, at least to go to FIDA, to begin to fight for women that are suffering domestic abuse. The videos are there, the evidences are there. We have most women who are living in the Southeast that are abused. Thank you, my brother, for the 200 stars. Sammy, thank you so much for the 200 stars. Thank you, guys. These 20 lawyers that have gone to defend their God of man, they should take that energy, go to the Southeast to begin to fight for the vulnerable Southeasterner who is living in the Southeast. There are many women. Thank you, my brother, again for the 100 stars. There are many Southeastern women who are victims of domestic abuse, who are going through, abuse, being, I'm not saying it's only women, but men as well. But I want to focus on the female gender because most of the lawyers were female. They should go to fight for these women. They should go to the various FIDA's office in the Southeast, begin to ask them for cases that they can represent and prosecute the abusers on pro bono. There are better things to do. They should go to various police stations to begin to ask. There are evidences of, young females that are, okay, now the last one that happened, I think, last year in Anambra State. How many of these lawyers cared to go and fight for that young girl's rights? Not to talk about, young girls that are suffering every form of abuse. Why don't they go and champion before the Southeast, assemblies? Convey, let them use their time to champion for a convention or challenge the socio-cultural group in the Southeast that we should begin to have a development plan that will ensure that education is a given for every child from the Southeast. My brother Chimezie, thank you for the 100 stars. That healthcare becomes a given for every Southeasterner, that our elderly parents who are in the villages, they should have access at least the minimum, a healthcare. How many of these lawyers have come up to speak up against the criminality brought in the Southeast by IPOB? We have seen how most Southeasterners have lost not just their lives, their properties. How many of them came up to speak for most children that have been made fatherless by ESN? Today, everybody knows most part of the Southeast is completely insecure. That majorities of the villages are trying to breathe through this difficulty. And these were the messages Ijele was preaching on this space. These were the advocacy Ijele was leading. A better Southeast. And today, what I saw, 20 plus Southeastern lawyers to persecute, not even to prosecute my brother, for speaking the truth. What a shame. Shame on them. Shame on them. When I checked the last time, your God of man claimed to have the power to do everything under the sun and under the earth. We have better things to fight for in the Southeast. Fellow Nigerians, fellow Southeasterners, yes, Ijele may be incarcerated, but his messages, his advocacy will stand the test of time. His truth, his undiluted truth, is out there for all to see. And to these lawyers, please, go back to the Southeast and fight for the women that have been disinherited. Go back to the Southeast and fight for that vulnerable child who, due to economic hardship, their parents gave them away as domestic staff in their little age, that their life has robbed them of their innocence. Go back and fight for them. Thank you, Emeka. Again, thank you, Ndi Emeka, for the 50 stars. Go back and fight for them. They need your legal service. Go back and challenge the state of assemblies in the Southeast to begin to pass laws that are pro-Southeast. We are seeing Lagos State doing it today. Today, Lagos State have a scheme where healthcare is accessible. When you pay the premium, we can have the same in the Southeast. Today, Lagos State is boasting of a metro line. The Southeast can do the same. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew, for the 200 stars. Today, Lagos State, through partnership, is boasting of a deep sea port. But what did we see? When the current governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodimma, was working to dredge, the Orashi region into the deep sea, what did we see? The same IPOB group came up with their propaganda against him. My brother, that is the question I'm asking. 20 lawyers for a civil case. Not even a Mefene that has a case with EFCC has seen 20 lawyers coming up against him. Not even Nnamdi Kanu, who is facing a treasonable felony against the federal government. Has the federal government brought 20 lawyers against Nnamdi Kanu? The answer is no. This is to show how bitter this group of persons are. This is to show how bitter they are. They hate to hear the truth. If they had their way, They want to snuff the life out of my brother. But that will never happen. Because he spoke the truth. The gods of the land will protect him. Guys, thank you so much for all those who are giving stars. I thank you enough. I appreciate you guys. And I say thank you to everyone, to other Nigerians. Please, if you do not know who Chukwuka Ofebu is, in 1 minute, let me explain who he is. He's a southeasterner. He's a Nigerian. He is fighting for a better Nigeria, in particular, a better Southeast. He has been at the forefront, speaking up and speaking against the criminality perpetrated by IPOB, which is a proscribed group in Nigeria, and he has criticized, the politicians in areas they've fallen short. He has called them out. In areas they've done well, he has given them their credit. Example again is Governor Devumai, the former governor of Ebonyi State. He has given him his credit to educate and enlighten the people of the Southeast. He has said, let us be the better Southeast. Let us be the better Nigeria. Thank you guys. I will love you now, and I'll leave, and good night.